Hi, welcome to Art Nation. Today we are going to talk about digitizing your film negatives in the most efficient way without burning your pockets. Traditionally, films have been scanned on digital scanners, which are been really expensive, and plus the quality you get is sometimes not that great. But lately, you may have heard of something called DSLR scanning, where you can use your DSLR cameras to scan film negatives. You get great results, and sometimes the setup can be really expensive too. So, today I'm going to introduce you to a product that I bought over Amazon, and I really like it, and the results are great. And I must tell you, this is not a paid promotion. I enjoy using this product, and I the results I'm getting are super amazing. So that's why I thought of making this video. Let's dive straight into it. The product we're going to look at today is called a film digitizing adapter set by JJC. It does mention that it is for select Canon, Nikon, and Sony lenses, but there are multiple adapters for 52, 62, 67, and 55 millimeter threads. So if your lens uses these threads, or if you have filter adapters for these threads, you can easily use this system on any camera. And the box includes a bunch of stuff. So let's just open it and see what's inside it. There are nice literature booklets inside here. It tells you how to connect the parts together. Very basic, easy to understand stuff. This other leaflet shows how to connect the different parts for different lenses. One thing to mention here is that you will need a good macro lens to take sharp photos at close range. I'm going to be using Nikon 60mm f2.0 AFD lens. There is one 35mm negative film strip holder. It can hold strips of 6 frames of negatives. Usually I have strips cut down into 5 frames because the negative sleeve comes in 5 frames width. So that's what it is for me. You can gently push the tab to open the strip. You place the film inside and close it. This strip keeps the films pretty flat. This other attachment can hold 2 mounted slides. There are openings at the top of the strip to slide the slides inside. This box contains all of the tubes and the filter rings. The unit that is used to hold these slide and film strips comes in a separate box, and it has a translucent wide acrylic that is used as a light diffuser. The threads on the ring attach to the extension tubes, and this knob here is used to tighten the holder in place once you have aligned it properly. The negative holder strip easily slides into the gap here. As you can see, the strip firmly clips in place as you slide it from one frame to the next, giving you a confirmation that the frame is positioned correctly. You might have to move it slightly to adjust it sometimes. I'm going to be using Nikon D600 full frame camera as I can capture 24 megapixel images through this. The lens I'm going to be using is a Nikon 60mm f2.0 AF micro. And here are the instructions. It shows me to use the following attachments. Number 1, followed by number 2, followed by number 3. As you can see, number 1 is already attached to the strip holder. And next, we need number 2. Let's keep this aside. Then we need number 3, which is a 62mm thread for our lens. Here it is. Okay, now let's start attaching these to the lens. Now loosen this knob to adjust the holder such that the film strip holder stays parallel to the camera. Once you have the rough position, tighten the knob. You'll be able to adjust it later. Next, let's load the negative into the film strip holder. This is the negative we are going to use today. This is something I shot in San Francisco recently. Press this tab on the holder to open it. Align the negative to the frame in the holder. Carefully snap the holder close. And you can see that the holder provides space for negatives information to be viewed as well. So you can see which film you used and what is the frame number, etc. Our film is now ready to be scanned. You can slide the strip in, and if you turn on the live view, you'll be able to see whether the frame is in focus or not. Go as high on aperture as you can, and the shutter speed doesn't matter because the frame is attached to the camera, so no amount of movement is going to cause any blurs on your photo. So you can go really low on the shutter speed. There's an error in this demonstration. I forgot that I was shooting at ISO 4000. Should be at the lowest ISO possible. So please ignore that part. You can now zoom into different parts of the image and see that everything is in focus. If not, readjust the focus and then adjust the frame so that it fits correctly horizontally in the viewfinder or in your live view. I'm just readjusting my camera so you can see the light source that I'm using here. I use this lamp to shoot against. One thing you can notice here is that by default, the configuration of the tube is giving me a much smaller effective image area. It leaves a lot of blank area in the frame. So I wanted my image to fill the whole frame. So I tried reducing the length of the tube and removed number 2 attachment and fitted the number 3 directly to number 1. Now you can see that I'm getting a full frame, and which means that I can get true 24 megapixel images out of this. I would zoom in again to make sure that the focus is correct, and place it against the light source and click the picture. You can immediately see the difference here. The previous setting gave me a pretty small, almost like a 10 megapixel image, while removing number 2 gave me 24 megapixel image. So maybe this is something you might have to experiment with your lens and see what's best for you. As you can see, the image is pretty sharp. And once you have this set, just move to the next frame and keep clicking. You don't need to readjust anything. Next, let's go over to Lightroom and see how to process them to generate the positives. Once you are in Lightroom, there is a very simple trick to turn the negative to a positive image. In the Curves Adjustment panel, move the left hand handle all the way to the top and the right handle all the way down. And you can see immediately the image turns into a positive image. It's as simple as that. I like to do a few adjustments, but before that, you must know that now everything is reversed because we flipped the curves. So increasing the exposure will actually decrease the exposure. The whites will be blacks and blacks will be whites, etc. Once you're satisfied with the settings, you're done. You can save the image. Here is the final result showing the raw negative and the processed positive. I hope you enjoyed the video and please subscribe to stay connected. Thank you.